What's up, YouTubenites? Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 for the week ending 10 October, like 8th, 9th, something like that. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
While you guys are congregating, what I like to do on Tuesdays is play a little trick or treat music for you guys,
I like it. I like it.
Gotta get into
Let's get spooky up in here.
Let's get it. From our favorite French DJ Lady Style.
Happy Halloween. Bitch.
Yeah, just hit me.
Oh, yeah.
DJ Lady Style, aka the Busy Girl.
For those who could read French, whatever that was.
Parlez-vous français and chanté?
As you notice, we have an old returning Lords member. Miss Laura is on getting ready to go to New York City Comic Con, so she totally betrayed us. But we have Gabe's shiny, sexy bald head to join Marty's sexy bald head. Gabe, say what's good to people.
Man, the hair ratio around here is almost negative, man. We got Tim holding it down, the hair department, man.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Gotta do
But I
it.
can grow this, though. I can grow this, Tim.
I can't.
So
I can't.
there you go.
Yeah. You know, that's the weird thing. When you get bald, you grow hair on other parts of your body,
I don't know about that.
like your back, your chest,
That's called
beard.
getting older. You get out your ears.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
Well,
Anyway.
typically the bald folks, will grow the facial hair more to kind of it's kind of a reverse thing where
You got to prove to people you have hair.
yeah, and like, hey, listen, we can't do it up here, so we do it down here, right?
Right.
Or a little lower, or
I just grow my pubes out down to my knees.
Oh, now, Marty, why don't you give us a intro blessing for the show? Well, shall you?
oh man, yes. Happy winter solstice, everybody, and may the comic spirits continue to bless your long boxes with silver, gold, modern age comics and whatever you have, and may you get many tricks or treats this Halloween.
Looks like Laura heard her name being mentioned. Now she's in the live chat.
Her ears were
Hello, Miss Lady Laura.
This just got weird. What are you talking about? Just this time? I mean, it's every episode is weird. But thanks for joining us, Laura. If you guys head out to New York City Comic Con, make sure you check out Bird City Comics. They'll be out there in New York City Comic Con. Laura, drop what booth you're going to be in the live chat, and come by, say what's up. And then maybe you get some free shit. I don't know. I'm not promising anything, but Laura is. Maybe. I don't know. This show is sponsored to our friends over at CoverPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. Head over to CoverPrice.com for a 2-week free trial or the low price of a McRib for $6.99 a month. Somebody was toying with my affection saying the McRib is back. Oh, you damn bastard.
Yes.
Rat bastard. You also... Probably sponsored by Bird City Comics. Just discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off in the Bird City Comics store. I don't know, me. You know what? Just go up to the Bird City Comics booth and be like, "Yo, I want to use the LOTLB discount," and see what they say. I can't promise anything, but it would be interesting to see what they say, man.
Yeah, just go there and give Laura a high five and get Anthony a high five. You're good people.
Yeah, and say, "Yo, hashtag LOTLB. What can I get?" And then they'll be like, "Here you go." Yeah, glass of water.
That'd be interesting. I'd like to see how that goes. Yeah. And if they can do that, do it. Get proof of life. Record it. Do like a video and just
that's a good idea. Go up to the Cover Price booth, say, yo, keep digging in them long boxes, and
There you go.
and see and say, you know, the Lord sent me, and maybe see what they do. I don't know.
Yeah, dude, that's
and
old
Laura,
school, man. That's old school.
And Laura, nice people. You know, I'm pretty sure they'll hook you up with something. But let's get right to it, boys and girls. What do you have for this week's runner-up?
All right, coming in at number 11 is Void Rivals number 4, the Karen S. Darbo spoiler 1 in 25 variant. Image Comics came out just recently in 2023. This book has showed significantly as Transformers number 1 finally hit the shelves. Despite that, this book made our list. Fans love Shockwave, and this new design fits the overall universe Robert Kirkman is building. The tease of Shockwave was enough to get a lot of fans pumped, as the character has a ton of history behind him and room for a whole lot more. So we've tracked 17 copies sold, 7-day trend of 106%, high sell, $90 for a near mint raw, and current raw near mint, the fair market value for that $75.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah. I mean, I believe Kirkman's Skybound only has publishing rights to Transformers and G.I. Joe, right? Hasbro still has the TV and movie rights.
Well, Hasbro owns the Transformers.
Yeah. And I'm a glutton for punishment. Whenever a movie comes on TV, I watch it. The Babe ones, you know.
You really? Yeah.
And it's like my pleasure, you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
they could be silly, like Revenge of the Fallen with the two little fucking bots that are
yes. I remember that. Yeah.
Jeez.
Or just watch how hot Megan Fox is in the first one over and over again.
Oh, you said the magic name.
That's right. We know what's up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
She knows nothing about cars, but she can lift that hood all day long.
She can lift a hood all day long, my brother.
Keep
Yes,
my
sir.
hood lifted.
All right, this is going off the rails. Where's Miss Laura when you need to keep you boys in check? Anyway, our runner-up for this week is Void Rivals number 4, the Karen S. Darbo spoiler 1 in 25 raw dog 75 bones. All right, there's a new one for this the top 10 list.
Yeah. Oh, nice cover here. Number 10 is Birds of Prey number 2 by Otto Schmidt. This is the 1 in 50 variant by DC, published in 2023. Before release, we saw pre-orders for this book skyrocket for this bubblegum cover with a high sale of $199. Last week, we saw more of the same, but hit as high as $276. Bubblegum covers have become a big collector's item, and this recent cover release proves the value it can pull. Schmidt illustrates a beautiful black canary cover that fans are all hunting down. We track 17 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 118%, with a current raw near mint fair market value of $154. Loving it.
Birds of Prey number 2 from Otto Schmidt, 1 in 50. So I never quite got the bubblegum collecting thing, right? Because I know it's a thing. People talk about it all the time.
It's a thing now. Isn't it? It's a thing now. I mean, you had the Spider Boy with the bubblegum cover too. That's a big hit.
Well, I think it's more like women blowing bubbles.
Okay.
Like Adam Hughes. I'm trying to think. Who are those two chicks riding on the kind of motorbike?
Well,
what's it called? Dirty Dice? Or
Tim? Maybe
Paradise?
it's just women blowing. Period. I don't know.
Well, say it again, Gabe. What was the name of that book?
Wasn't it called Paradise? Something
Dice.
The Dirty
Pair.
Dirty
Dirty
Dice?
Pair.
Okay.
The Dirty Pair. Yeah, and then one of the chicks I think is blowing a bubble.
Yeah,
I do believe.
I don't think you. I don't think you caught what I just kind of put out there, Tim.
Is I've never heard of Otto Smith before. Is this like his first book or first cover or anything like that? Like,
I don't know. I've never heard of him either, but
because I'm curious
nice
to see
if
he blows up as like a variant artist, because this is a beautiful cover.
It is,
and it's already a $200 book. Like, he could be like that next hot artist, I would think.
Yeah,
and Black Canary. I can see Black Canary being like the new hot girl cover.
It's
character.
different.
I
And what
dig
I
it
like
too.
about it's different.
It's like drawn or painted. It's not like digitally drawn or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it has
Almost
that
like color pencil
yeah,
type of
watercolor.
look to
Yeah,
it, right?
it has,
Yeah.
and it has throwback vibes to it too. But
Yeah.
yeah. Birds of Prey #2, Otto Schmidt, 150, Raw Dogs,
like it, man.
$276.
Not
Good
bad, especially
God.
for a 2023, man. Very this year at that.
Yeah, well, there it goes. Bubblegum collectors. What are you gonna do, man? All right, what do we have for number 9?
Number 9,
back again.
Wolverine, number 36, Ryan Stegman. This is the A cover, the regular cover. Behold, an indestructible rage mutant meets the spirit of vengeance. A force has never been so terrifying as that of the Helverine. This book was hyped up before its release and nearly flew off the shelves when it debuted. The second print variant incentive 1 in 25, so that's a 1 in 25 for a second print variant, are already reaching $70 for the pre-orders. Most LCS are out of this book already, so your best bet at getting a copy will be in the aftermarket. Good luck finding this character's debut. We tracked 18 copies sold, a 7-day trend of 112%, high sell of 170 for a CGC 9.8, and current near mint fair market value is $22.
Let's see. I don't know. Will Helverine have staying power?
This is interesting.
I don't know.
This is a 7-day trend on this one, and let's see. The last week, did it make last week?
It was on the list last week, but it was higher. It was lower on the list. So
Was it lower?
So we'll see if it's still on the list because it's getting pushed back further and further. I mean, higher on the list, meaning it was like higher than lower than number 9. God damn it! Just looking at it backwards, I'm dyslexic anyway. Wolverine number 36, Ryan Stegman regular cover. Helverine. We got to work on that name.
Helverine.
What do we have at number 8? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes. I actually have this cover, man. So I'm actually one on the board with this one. I love this cover. Love the fact it's got the Poison Ivy on it as well, and love the red hair. Really well done cover. This is number 8, Batman number 609 by DC, published in 2002. Back in 2022, a promotional website for Batman had users solve puzzles that the Riddler had posted with a video of Thomas Wayne's campaign promotions. The solved riddles unlocked this video, quickly flashing "Hush" words across the screen. If you guys don't remember the Hush series, really good series.
I love that book. Jim Lee.
Yeah. Fast forward to today, a recent interview with the Hot Mic with Jeff Snyder and John Roca was very cryptic about Hush being the next villain. This was hardly a confirmation, but rather more fuel to the already established rumor. Nevertheless, this was enough fuel for fans to track down the first appearance of Thomas Elliot, who would later become villain Hush. We tracked 21 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 116% with a high sale of $175 for a CGC 9.8 and a raw near mint fair market value of $39. Loving it.
Yeah, I've been seeing that Hush rumor all over the interwebs. So where there's
Hush rumor's been out since the movie came out. They talked about about his family in the credits.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Good memory, man. Good memory. I do remember that.
So this isn't like for
What,
some people, I guess
Batman?
whatever. It's a recency biased or what. But this rumor's been out since the beginning of the movie when it came out.
Was it in the Batman?
Yep, sure enough.
Which part?
In the credits. Like there's a picture of the family and it says like the Elliots on it.
Okay. I thought because I was remembering the end credit scene with Joker, in the kind of a weird prison or anything like that. But
yeah,
I mean, just also the new rumor today was that they're gonna recast all the DC superheroes for the Justice League characters. So recasting one of them.
They really actually confirmed that now because I know that had been in the talks for quite some time.
Yeah. So James Gunn is gonna, replace whomever Batman was. They're going to replace
Yeah.
Ezra Miller. They're going to replace Gal Gadot. They're going to replace Cavill, who we all know was, and Ray Fisher, who is, incognito. So, maybe get some fresh blood in there because they were kind of aging out. Maybe if you're going to start over, get some newer, younger actors, right? I don't know how Batman fits in it because I think that's still in an Elseworld story, right? There may be two Batmans because Pattinson's Batman I don't think is in the same world as the DCEU, but and he's hella young. Flashpoint, DC Flashpoint was kind of a rebooting.
It was a reboot. It had to be because of of all the ratings prior to that. So. And with James Gunn coming in, man, I think we're going to see good things, man, because people already love the reappearance, of the old Batman, right?
I'm really looking forward to Creature Commandos. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I want more Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle was a good movie. It's a damn shame that it didn't perform well at the box office.
Yeah, I had a great time watching that movie.
Yeah,
I think it's just because timing. I think timing with that, Tim.
No, I think nobody knows who Blue Beetle was. That's why. That's it's obscure character.
Yeah. And these movies don't count. They know that it's resetting. It's almost like the end of a comic book run when it's getting canceled in the last couple of issues, and then the sales drop because people just drop off of it.
Yeah, remember
the
when
same idea of this? This doesn't mean anything because the new James Gunn's going to reboot everything all over again.
He is. Remember when the New 52 came out? Gabe, and then that was a hot thing for quite some time, and then after I'd say not even more than a few issues, man, the popularity of that just sunk down bad.
I guess it depends on the title that you're talking about, because a lot of that New 52 stuff did last a long time, but they were in kind of a recycle mode where if your book doesn't sell, you're dropped, and then we're going to replace it with another book to keep it at the 52 number. So things Dan DiDio's OMAC got canceled after like 6 issues.
Yeah, and they ended up even rebooting the Batman Detective Comics series after the 52, and even the Superman, if you recall, because it just wasn't doing what it was supposed to do in the initial initial release of it, and people are just really disappointed after that.
Well, I'll say this though. One thing about the New 52, whatever anybody's criticism is of it, or whatever the case might be, you can't deny that opened the floodgates for new comic book fans. There's a lot of people who first started reading comic books because of the New 52 and the renumbering of at the number ones. So that was a gateway for a lot of new comic book fans, like younger kids and stuff like that. That's their Batman. That's their Flash. That's their Batgirl. Like that's
interesting.
But it might not have been the most successful thing after like 5 years they rebooted it.
It's like the animated series, right?
Was a hit with that.
Just like the animated series, a lot of generations their Green Lantern is John Stewart. It's not Hal Jordan. And to Jeffrey Drake, obscure. Yes, it is obscure. I know it's been around the 50s, but we're talking about the general public doesn't know who the hell Blue Beetle is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's pretty obscure. For a movie going audience,
This is such an interesting topic, though. I mean, because we're getting onto this whole topic of Hush, and then then the release of New 52, and then how New 52 did. Dude, this is my passion when it came to what kind of kept me going with the comic book genre after quite some time back in 2015, 2016. And this is just to be able to revisit this, man. This is amazing because there's so many people, especially the newer collectors, that don't understand that concept from back then, and how the whole genre and the whole the passion of the re-emerging of the collection campaign came about. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think the big two, DC and Marvel, they reboot every, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, whatever it may be.
Universe.
To loop in new readers, right? Because they want the younger demographic because to keep on buying, because the older generation is dying out, or they're pissed off that they've been replaced or whatever. So, but it's hard to keep you can't keep them all happy. So
that might have
Sure,
been
yeah.
the case before, but we know currently they reboot these number ones because these books don't sell unless it's a number one, and those high numbers on
yeah.
number ones kind of supplement the lower numbers until it gets canceled out and rebooted.
Oh
again.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
if it says
and that's the thing
collectors,
about reboots too, man. You know, they don't stay consistent with the reason for reboots. You know, they don't stay consistent with whether it be trying to bring in more newer collectors, the newer age of collectors, or maybe the storyline's bad. But it seems to, from what I've noticed, it seems to always differ in some aspect, one
well,
way
I
or
mean,
another.
it's also always evolving, not just for comic book readers, but for fans who grew up not even reading the comics, but just from the movies, right? And then you introduce characters, and you're like, let's make a comic. If the people gravitate toward the characters, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, nobody gave a shit about them, and then when it came out, that comic blew up, and then it subsided. But well, what are you gonna
But
do?
if you notice, what's consistent about it is a lot of the the characters that are from the original, like Batman, Superman, and those are always consistent. But then with the additional spin-off added to it, whether it be new characters or not, which brings into the newer collectors because they like that. But that doesn't last a very long time.
Yeah,
But
Batman is only good.
Yeah.
Is only big seller for DC. I mean, Superman and Wonder Woman of the Holy Trilogy, they don't sell. I mean,
they
if
don't
you ever,
sell. They don't. They
no,
don't.
They don't. Sorry
Yeah.
for bursting your bubble, but it's true. Unless they reboot it with the number.
It is
one
very true.
or-
It is very
yeah.
true. But
All right,
the
let's move on, though.
consistency
We've
is-
been-
okay. Yeah. Let's. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
I
I'm ready to
apologize.
list
I
Batman
digress.
number 609. Now, what do you have for number 7? Oh,
Number 7, Transformers number 1, the Ian Bertram foil 1 in 100 from Image Comics. In July, Image released a Transformers number 1 Ash Can edition that took San Diego Comic-Con by storm. The series' first issue was released 3 months later, and this retailer incentive 1 in 100 foil cover is just as popular. If you recall, the Transformers are now in a shared universe with G.I. Joe, a huge surprise to most. This also marks the premiere issue of an ongoing Transformers run at Image. If the 1 in 100 ratio cover is too far out of reach, try going for the 1 in 50 cover, which is also seeing heat. For the 1 in 100, we track 25 copies sold, 7-day copy of 106%, high sell of 180 for a raw copy, and current raw near mint is $137.
yeah. I'm not digging this cover, man. I don't know.
Not so much. Yeah.
It's foil, but then it looks like it's drawn with crayon. I mean, maybe it's just a bad photo of it, but
You know what
mean,
I see? I see looks like a whole bunch of different color sponges on there.
I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Which Transformer is that anyway?
Starscream.
Starscream, yeah. Matter of fact, I was just watching Revenge of the Fallen last night, and Starscream does horrible. This just looks horrible. The way that his body is, it's like it just doesn't look like it. The only Soundwave never did him right. I mean, the only one they did, the Autobots they did well, but anyway, I digress. Transformers number 1, the Ian Bertram foil 1 in 1 honey for raw dog, $180. Wow. All right, what do you have for number 6?
Yeah, number 6.
Whoa.
Yeah, interesting cover.
Nice
Huh?
to have this.
Yeah, the Department of Truth number 1 by Martin Simons. This is cover A by Image, published in 2020. It's old news that the Department of Truth was headed to Netflix in 2021. Due to extenuating circumstances, the writer's strike most recently halted production. There has been little news since then. This past week, rumors started floating around that Tinian himself had confirmed that Netflix series was moving forward and was back in production. This came directly via his 9.26 newsletter, where he stated, Martin and I were coming up on what we knew was going to be a brief sabbatical on Department of Truth while I worked on the television adaptation, which I'm excited to get back into now that looks like the WGA strike is over. When you read that, there is no confirmation of continued tractions on the project. Yet, the internet twisted his words a bit and ran with it. Recently, Tinian did return to X, the site formerly known as Twitter. After a month hiatus, this return was to promote a new bootleg variant of the Department of Truth #1, which may have also helped spike a slight interest in the first print. We tracked 31 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 125%, with a high sale of $85 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of 16 bones.
I remember Department of Truth was just all. I mean, 2020 was all the rage, right? I mean, there was a few titles that were just really booming during the pandemic. Department of Truth #1,
Okay.
Martin Simmons cover A. Interesting enough. So there you go. All right, halfway there, boys and girls. Oh, this returns, but this is a dope cover.
This returns.
Good to see this book on here. Wolverine #37, Greg Capullo, Virgin 1 per store variant. Legendary modern day artist Greg Capullo illustrates a Wolverine that leaps off the page. What makes this book so hard to find is that it was a thank you from the distributors to retailers and stores with the Diamond account and a Penguin Random House account. Likely received copies for both. Nevertheless, this book sped from the retailer shelves and vanished into the aftermarket. Tracking one down in the wild might be difficult. However, we still see many selling very well on eBay, and we tracked 46 copies sold. 7-day trend is 91%. High sell is 858 for a raw copy, and current near mint fair market value is $64.
Very interesting. This last week there were 7-day trend was 118% with a high sale of $100.
Yeah,
Is that right? No, that must be a typo because it says high sell of 858. It must mean, I'm guessing 85.
It's interesting. 800
probably,
to
yeah.
to
To
last
64.
time,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's a
118%.
typo.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it's 1 per store, yet 46 copies were sold. So, I mean, it's how many comic shops are out there?
Yeah.
But every week. But this is one of the doper covers. I
like
dig
this cover.
I dig the negative space in upper right hand corner. You can get definitely room for like a remark or something like that, right? Number 5.
It's more than just the stores. It's anybody that has a Diamond and a random and a Penguin Random House. So the stores that do like, or
online
little
account,
companies
online
like
stores.
yeah, or even like Bird City. Those types of retailers. They get one.
Damn it! Where's my copy? Anyway,
More than likely, I'm guessing.
Wolverine.
Maybe
number
they just didn't
37.
know. Where's
Greg
Laura
Capullo,
with
Virgin.
our copies? We're the Lord copies, right?
Yeah, it's still a reasonable price. Raw.
I'm
dog,
assuming
85
they did,
bucks.
but I know like it's anybody with from what it says, it's anybody with Diamond and Random House. So,
Yeah, so
that's
that-
Marvel and
yeah.
DC stuff.
Yeah, so that's a lot of online retailers.
Can't go
'cause,
wrong with Capullo though, man.
yeah.
Oh no,
All
he
right,
hasn't
what
been
do we have
back
for
at
number
Marvel
4?
since the mid '90s. So
Yeah.
True.
All right, what do we have for number 4? Oh,
Yeah, number
Swifties
4.
Rejoice.
Yeah, she's back. X-Men number 130. This is the newsstand edition by Marvel, published in 1980. This book has a lot going for it. It is not only the first appearance of Dazzler, but is also the first appearance of Sebastian Shaw and his second appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost. However, this week we have seen a resurgence of Dazzler books thanks to footage from a Kansas City Chiefs football game. We talked about that last week. Remember, guys? Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Levy, Deadpool 3 director, were in attendance at this game. Joining them, most importantly, was Taylor Swift. While no other new rumors have surfaced, this was enough to spark a renewed interest in the Dazzler rumor. We tracked 42 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 117%, with a high sale of $600 now for a CGC 9.6 and a current raw fair market value of $81 as copies fled and stay on the market. Wow, that's really increased from last time.
That's just it. It's come out and just confirmed that she's going to be playing Dazzler, right?
Right. Yeah.
I think people are
I
just
see-
grasping at straws. Like I don't know how that means
especially
she's
during
playing
the
Dazzler.
strikes, because not much news is coming out. So
Yeah.
is it the Swiftie effect? I don't know.
Could be.
I think it was she would be perfectly cast for it. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be her. She would be great.
She'll be popular cast for it, at least.
Yeah, or Fergie. Just kidding. Anyway, all right. Number 4 on the list is X-Men 130, the newsstand edition, CGC 9.6 for $600. Damn, I got a great mine.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
We have a number 3. Oh, this is new.
Yeah,
Like
check
the
this
cover.
out. Pretty cool. So, Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team #1 from Dark Horse. This came out in 2020. Nothing will send a book into the spotlight like news that a live action project is in the works. Last week, CD Projekt Red announced that the popular video game would soon be in production. However, whether this was to be a movie or television series was not clarified. The showrunners are a company named Anonymous Content. They are the creators behind shows like Mr. Robot and True Detective, making it more likely that Cyberpunk 2077 will be a series. This first issue of the series is making waves, likely due to its relevance to the movie and its affordability as a key. You track 35 copies sold, 7-day trend of 171%, high sell $91 for a CGC 9.8, and current raw for near mint is $16.
Interesting. Yes, Kenny, the comic collector Dazzler, was in the Dark Phoenix. She was a cameo in the background when they were in the wilderness. Remember, she was like singing and doing like thing with lights and shit. But it was like an unnamed cameo. So
Was that her? I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that
it
scene.
was her.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team #1 top sale is CGC 9.8 for only 91 bones. So get them while you can. Holy cow!
Yeah.
This book never goes away.
Look at this. Number 2 is Spawn #1. He's back by Image Comics, published in 1992. This book is consistently moving through the top 20 list every week. There's rarely a week where we aren't writing about Spawn, and for a good reason. It is hands down one of the most affordable, most popular, and reasonably found books in the aftermarket. Additionally, Call of Duty released the 6th season this past week, containing 8 Spawn skins, including Al Simmons and the Violator in its true form. This exposure has sent Spawn to the top of the aftermarket list. We tracked 74 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 112%, with a high sale of $180 for a CGC 9.8 and a raw near mint fair market value of 29 bones, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is a little bit different than, remember the Fortnite skins that people were getting when you got a digital code out of the books from I think DC and Marvel. But this one it's just skins, and there's nothing really to get out of Spawn #1 except for some really, really dope art. In Spawn #1. Every issue is just, writing.
Tim, I would tell you, man, I love the Spawn covers and the spin-offs of it. The King Spawn, and the other, what was the other name of the other
Medieval Spawn?
Yeah,
Scorch.
Yeah, Scorch. Yes, thank you, Scorch and Gunslinger, right?
Yeah.
And so I love the artwork, especially when Todd McFarlane does the covers. I mean, the other guys like Brett Booth and the other people, they do an amazing job. But when Todd McFarlane gets on there and he does a variant cover, or he does the original cover, that man, beautiful, stands the test of time.
Brett Booth is dope.
Yes.
Brett Booth is so dope. He still has like a 90s style to his art, but Brett Booth is so dope. I forgot.
And his covers are so busy too. That's what I love about it. It's like he just doesn't put a just one character and just, okay, there's the character. I mean, he adds such background
Brett
to
Booth?
it. Yes.
Yeah, kind of like Stephen Platt, right? Which all without the detail and everything. So
absolutely, man.
Number 2 on the list is Spawn #1, meaning there can only be one for number
Got
1.
that Swifty effect going on. Dazzler #1 from Marvel in 1981. This book continues to dazzle its way up the charts. Last Monday, Taylor Swift attended a Kansas City Chiefs game with her friends. Need more exciting news? Well, what if we said her friends were Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Levy? Now it gets interesting. Of course, it is important to remember that Taylor Swift is good friends with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Ryan Reynolds is good friends with both Hugh Jackman and Sean Levy, so it's likely that this is simply a group of friends hanging out with each other and having a good time. Or we can speculate that this must be confirmation that Dazzler will appear in Deadpool 3. Whatever side of the speculation you stand on won't stop the upward trend of this book is experiencing once more. We tracked 70 copies sold, 7-day trend of 194%, high sell of 258 for CGC 98, and current raw very fine is $15.
Dazzler number 1 coming in at the number 1 spot. I think it's just a matter of time for Dazzler to show up in the MCU, or especially now that they have all the X-Men properties. I mean, so it be it Taylor Swift or somebody else, I think the chances of there being the Dazzler appearance in some sort of form in a Disney Plus series as a character in one of the upcoming, mutant type movies that are happening, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if there's a Dazzler, appearance in Deadpool and, they make fun of her for her, roller skates and singing ability. Taking a comical turn on the Dazzler character would be perfect in Deadpool, right? Because she looked like she's from like a roller rink from 1981, right? The hair and
roller rink from 1970s, more like it, man.
Well, the book came out in the 80s, so I mean,
the
early 80s.
Already outdated.
I mean, and look at the hair, man. Look at that.
It just looks like a 70s outfit to me, though.
That's a gorgeous.
It looked like a 70s variety show.
Yeah. So I can see it.
Spider-Man, Iron Man. Yeah.
I can see Deadpool just like totally making fun of her, or being enamored by her because she's roller skating and singing and doing stuff with light. So just one of the weirder characters, but she can be pretty powerful if she channels she could channel music into energy, right?
Right.
Yeah. So think about that. I mean, think about the other Deadpool movies. We had Teenage Negasonic Warhead. Is that her name?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. So we had some really obscure characters, and then remember all the characters that were trying out for the team. Those guys. And then there was one dude who ended up getting electrocuted. Louis Tan was playing they were basically part of the X-Force team in the comics. It had the Rob Liefeld design and everything, and they just killed him off because it's Deadpool. What are you gonna do, man? So, Gabe, good to see you again, brother. Tell us what's going on in your world, where people can find you.
You guys can find me YouTube over on Omni Bros, and Instagram, Gabe Loves 90s Comics, TikTok under Unstable Molecules. So I'm still doing stuff, hanging out.
TikTok, old
man, cool kid like that.
All right. Marty, would you like to give us the outgoing blessing, please?
Yeah, absolutely. But first of all, let me say, Gabe, dude, it was a pleasure to meet you, brothers. First time we've actually ever met and actually been on a show together, man. It was a enchanté, if you ask me.
Very fancy.
Lords.
Yeah, it was great talking.
Bringing together lords. That's what we do.
Now we just need Otto on here, and we could really just have like a shiny.
That's way too many bald heads. There's too many bald heads. You're gonna cause a butterfly effect on there.
We're all gonna look like
side of the world.
You should just do nothing but ball head shows one day, man. Leave Tim out of it. Just
Sorry,
in the background.
I still have good hair.
Heads.
Yeah.
But yes,
all right.
Absolutely. So, anyways, happy winter solstice. Happy All Hallows Eve. Happy Day of the Dead. Happy Samhain, and may the comic god spirits continue to bless your long boxes and continue to guide you in your comic hunting travels. Thank you. And Excelsior.
Yes. All right. For Marty, Gabe, Laura, JB, and Matt Damon, who couldn't make it, we'll have them on next week's show. We'll see you Thursday for the Shaker Show. Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out. Also, leave a comment and like this video after it posts, and we're gonna do a drawing on Thursday for tonight's show, but not in the live chat.
Awesome.
Leave a comment. All right, leave a comment. and
Leave a
we're
comment,
60 subs away from 8,000. So,
Wow.
And that means 60 subs means TiVo stays longer for Lords of the Long Box. So we're trying to reach that
if we
goal.
don't get to 8,000 subs by in a
December.
month or
We
two,
said
I'm
December.
outta
TiVo.
here.
We said
out of here, man. All right. Peace out, everybody. Keep digging down the long boxes.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
Oh my God.
Hold on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Hold on and get some, boys.
Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?